Hey, I'm Suri, a therapist, a mom of 4 emotionally intense kids, and now a grandparent of 9. In the last video, we talked about what emotions do for us, how they help us act, connect, and tune in. But knowing that emotions are important doesn't mean that they're easy to manage. And if you've ever wondered, why is it so hard for me to stay calm, even when I know what I want to do, you are not alone. There are real, understandable reasons for why regulating emotions is so difficult, especially for parents who are juggling a million pressures and raising deeply feeling kids at the same time. So in this video, we're going to break that down. Reason number 1, biology. Some people are just born with a more sensitive nervous system. They feel things faster, more intensely, and have a harder time coming back down once they're activated. You might just be one of those people, or your child might be. And if you are, it doesn't mean you're broken or dramatic. It just means emotion regulation takes more effort and more skill. Reason number 2, lack of skill. Here's the truth. A lot of us were never taught how to regulate emotions. So if your parents yelled, shut down, avoided, or punished emotion when you were a kid, you might not have had a healthy model for emotion regulation. So now that you're trying to parent a sensitive child yourself while learning how to regulate your own emotions the first time, no wonder it's a challenge. It's a big task. And if you don't know how to regulate, you're not going to magically do it in a hard moment. So that's why we're learning these skills now. Reason number 3, reinforcement of emotional behavior. This one is really subtle, but extremely powerful. Sometimes being emotionally intense just plain works. It gets attention, it helps you feel heard, it changes the dynamic in a way that feels effective, if only in the short term. So for example, if the only time people take you seriously is when you explode or break down, your system learns this is how I get my needs met. That's reinforcement, and it makes it hard to change patterns even when they're not serving you well in the long term. The same thing happens with kids. Emotional behavior that works gets repeated over and over and over, even if it causes them more problems later. Reason number 4, moodiness, otherwise known as state-dependent motivation. Sometimes we know what we need to do, but we just don't feel like doing it. So when you're in emotion mind, your brain says, I don't care what's effective. I want to feel better now. Or, this is too hard. I'm tired. I will deal with it later. That's mood-based decision making, and it pulls us away from wise mind. It's not about being lazy or unmotivated. It's just that your emotional state is running the show. Emotional overload. This is the moment when everything feels like too much. Your body is flooded, your brain goes offline, your thoughts are spinning, or you go numb. And at this point, even if you have all of the skills, you probably can't access them. And this is called the skills breakdown point, and it's common. Think of it like trying to fix a car while it's going 80 miles per hour down the freeway. You need to slow down before you can use your tools. And that's why we have a whole module coming up on distress tolerance. What to do when you're too overwhelmed to think clearly. Reason number 6, emotion myths. This one is sneaky because it lives in the background. Here are a few common emotional myths that get in the way of regulation. Emotions are bad or weak. If I feel something strongly, it must be true. Real love means never getting angry. If I'm sad or anxious, something's wrong with me. Strong emotion is just who I am. I can't change that. When we believe these things, even subconsciously, we're less likely to try regulating at all. We might suppress, avoid, explode, or just give up. And all of that keeps us stuck. And part of learning to regulate is unlearning the stories we've been told about emotion. So if you've ever felt like emotion regulation is impossible for you, or if you've blamed yourself for not staying calm, or you've just wondered why your child cannot get it together, now you know. There are real barriers, and every one of them can be worked with. In the next video, we'll start building that foundation by learning how to map what actually happens during an emotional experience step by step. Because once you understand the pattern, then you can begin to interrupt it. See you there.